The river of time flows, and with it, our bodies change. But does strength truly fade or merely transform? Many fear this journey, yet a secret to enduring vitality lies hidden in plain sight, a gift from nature itself. Watch until the very end, for the final understanding we will uncover together is the key to unlocking lasting power, aging gracefully. It is a profound journey, this experience of life unfolding within us, around us. Like a great river, time carves its path, and our physical forms, much like the riverbanks, are gently reshaped by its persistent, loving flow. We observe the seasons change in the outer world, the vibrant bloom of spring, the abundant warmth of summer, the reflective letting go of autumn, and the quiet stillness of winter. And within our own beings, similar seasons unfold. There is a tendency, a human habit perhaps, to look upon the later seasons of our lives with a certain apprehension, a fear of diminishment. We hear whispers of challenges, of strength that wanes, of vitality that ebbs. Society often paints a picture of aging as a decline, a loss. But I invite you, dear friends, to consider a different perspective, a view rooted in acceptance, wisdom, and the enduring power of the human spirit. What if aging is not a loss, but a transformation? A shift in how our energy manifests, a deepening of our understanding, an invitation to cultivate a different kind of strength, one that is perhaps less about the explosive power of youth and more about resilience, endurance, and a profound connection to our inner core. The changes we experience are natural. They are part of the grand design. To resist them is like trying to hold back the tide, an exhausting and ultimately futile endeavor. Instead, what if we were to greet these changes with curiosity, with an open heart, and with a commitment to nurture ourselves with even greater tenderness and wisdom? The concern about losing muscle, what some call sarcopenia, is a valid one, for our physical strength is indeed a precious resource that allows us to engage with the world, to remain independent, and to serve others. It is not something to be dismissed lightly. However, rather than fixating on the fear of its loss, let us redirect our energy towards understanding how we can preserve and even enhance our vitality as we navigate these beautiful unfolding years. It is about working in harmony with nature, not against it. It is about listening to the subtle messages our bodies send us, learning their language, and responding with care. This journey of aging gracefully is not a passive surrender. It is an active engagement, a conscious cultivation of well-being on all levels, physical, mental, and spiritual. It requires us to become students of our own experience, to observe without judgment, and to make choices that support our highest potential for health and joy, regardless of the number of years we have lived. Think of an old tree in the forest. It may not have the supple flexibility of a young sapling, but it possesses a strength, a rootedness, a majesty that speaks of enduring countless storms, of drawing wisdom from the earth and sky over many seasons. Its beauty is different, but no less profound. So too can our own aging be a process of acquiring a deeper, more resilient form of strength, a grace that shines from within. This requires intention, it requires awareness, and it requires a gentle, consistent effort to nourish the very foundations of our being. It is a path of self-mastery, not in the sense of conquering, but of understanding and aligning with the natural laws that govern life. The societal narrative often pushes us towards a frantic search for external solutions, for quick fixes to turn back the clock. But true grace in aging comes from an internal shift, a change in mindset that embraces the journey and focuses on cultivating inner resources. It's about finding joy in simplicity, peace in stillness, and strength in sustainable practices. When we approach aging from this place of centeredness, the challenges, including the potential for muscle loss, become not insurmountable obstacles, but invitations to deepen our practice, to refine our habits, and to connect more authentically with what truly sustains us. The physical body is a remarkable vessel, capable of adaptation and healing when given the right conditions. And these conditions are not just about what we consume, but also how we move, how we rest, how we manage our thoughts and emotions. It's a holistic tapestry, and every thread is important. So let us embark on this exploration together, not with fear, but with a spirit of gentle inquiry and a profound respect for the wisdom inherent in the aging process itself. For within this process lies an opportunity for immense growth, for a flowering of a different kind of beauty, a strength that is both seen and unseen, a grace that touches all who encounter it. This is the essence of aging gracefully, to live fully, consciously and joyfully in every season of our lives, embracing the changes as part of the sacred dance of existence. Strength within. When we speak of strength, especially as we consider the passage of years and the natural transformations our bodies undergo, it is easy to focus solely on the physical, the firmness of muscle, the capacity for exertion. And while this physical aspect is undeniably important, a vital component of our well-being and independence, there is another dimension of strength, an inner fortitude, that is equally, if not more, crucial. This is the strength of the spirit, the resilience of the mind, the unwavering flame of our inner being that can illuminate our path even when the physical landscape shifts. It is this inner strength that provides the foundation upon which physical vitality can be built and sustained, especially as we navigate the later chapters of life. Imagine a strong house. Its visible structure, the walls, the roof, is important. But what truly gives it stability, what allows it to withstand storms and the test of time, is its foundation, often unseen, buried deep within the earth. Our inner strength is like that foundation. It is cultivated through mindfulness, through consistent practice, through the choices we make each day to align our thoughts, words, and actions with our deepest values. This inner resilience allows us to meet challenges, including physical ones like the weakening of muscles, not with despair, but with a calm, resourceful, and adaptable spirit. This internal power is not something that diminishes with age. In fact, it often deepens, refined by experience, tempered by wisdom. It is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing oneself, from having navigated life's complexities and emerged with a greater understanding of what truly matters. When this inner strength is cultivated, it radiates outwards, influencing our physical state in profound ways. The mind and body are not separate entities. They are intricately connected, a unified system. A mind that is calm, focused, and positive can send signals to the body that promote healing, balance, and vitality. Conversely, a mind consumed by stress, anxiety, or negativity can deplete our physical energy and make us more susceptible to illness and decline. Therefore, nurturing our inner landscape is a critical aspect of maintaining physical strength as we age. Practices such as meditation, mindful breathing, and spending time in nature can help to quiet the mental chatter, reduce stress, and cultivate a sense of inner peace. This, in turn, creates an internal environment more conducive to physical health and resilience. When we feel strong within, we are more motivated to engage in the physical practices that support muscle health, mindful movement, nourishing our bodies, getting adequate rest. It is a synergistic relationship. Consider the metaphor of a warrior. A true warrior's strength lies not just in their skill with a weapon or their physical prowess, but in their unwavering spirit, their discipline, their clarity of mind, and their courage in the face of adversity. As we age, we too can be warriors in our own lives, cultivating an inner strength that allows us to meet the challenges of physical change with grace and determination. This doesn't mean we won't experience difficulties or limitations. It means we approach them with a different mindset, one of acceptance, adaptation, and a focus on what we can do rather than what we cannot. This strength within also involves cultivating a deep sense of purpose, a reason to wake up each morning with enthusiasm and a desire to contribute to the world, however small our contribution may seem. When we have a sense of purpose, it fuels our vitality. It gives us a reason to stay strong and engaged. It could be caring for loved ones, pursuing a passion, sharing wisdom, or simply bringing a positive presence to those around us. This inner drive is a powerful antidote to the passivity that can sometimes accompany aging. It keeps us active, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. So, as we explore ways to support our physical bodies, let us remember to equally nourish this profound strength within, for it is the wellspring from which true, lasting vitality flows, a steadfast companion on our journey through all of life's seasons. Nature's gift. In the vast and benevolent pharmacy of nature, there are countless treasures offered to support our well-being, gifts that have been recognized and utilized by wise traditions for millennia. When we speak of maintaining strength and vitality, especially as we honor the unfolding of our years, our ancestors often looked to specific plants and fruits, not as magical cures, but as gentle allies in the continuous dance of health and balance. Among these revered gifts, there is one small, vibrant fruit that has been cherished for centuries in the East for its remarkable properties, a tiny jewel known for its ability to nourish life essence, support longevity, and invigorate the body's energy systems. I speak of the goji berry, also known as the wolfberry. This humble fruit, often dried and resembling a small red raisin, carries within it a profound legacy of promoting health and resilience. It is not merely a food, it is a symbol of nature's concentrated power, a testament to how the smallest of things can harbor immense benefit. Traditional Chinese medicine, a system of healing that has observed the intricate workings of the human body and its relationship with nature for thousands of years, holds the goji berry in high esteem. It is often used to tonify the Jing, or life essence, which is considered a fundamental energy that governs growth, development, and longevity. As we age, it is believed that our Jing naturally depletes, and practices or foods that can gently nourish and preserve it are considered invaluable. The goji berry is also known for its ability to support the liver and kidneys, organs that play a crucial role in detoxification, blood purification, and the overall vitality of the body according to these ancient systems. When these organs are functioning optimally, our energy levels are naturally higher, our vision may be clearer, and our capacity for physical endurance can be enhanced. Furthermore, this remarkable fruit is rich in antioxidants, those powerful compounds that help protect our cells from the damage caused by free radicals, unstable molecules that can contribute to the aging process and the development of various ailments. By neutralizing these free radicals, antioxidants can help to preserve the integrity of our tissues, including our muscles. While we must always approach such knowledge with humility and avoid making exaggerated claims, the consistent traditional use and emerging modern research into the goji berry's composition point towards its potential as a supportive element in a holistic approach to healthy aging and the maintenance of strength. It is said to brighten the spirit and calm the heart, reminding us again of the deep connection between our physical state and our emotional and mental well-being. Consuming such a fruit is not just a physical act, it can be a mindful practice, a way of connecting with the wisdom of nature and honoring the body's innate capacity for health. It is important to understand that no single food, no matter how potent, is a panacea. The goji berry is a wonderful contributor, a helpful friend on our journey, but its benefits are most fully realized when it is part of a balanced, wholesome diet and a lifestyle that incorporates mindful movement, adequate rest, and a peaceful state of mind. Think of it as one instrument in an orchestra. Its beautiful sound contributes to the harmony, but it needs the other instruments to create the full symphony of well-being. The wisdom lies not in isolating one component, but in understanding the interplay of many factors. The goji berry, with its rich history and its nourishing properties, serves as a beautiful example of how nature provides for us, offering gentle yet potent support for our vitality. It invites us to look towards these natural sources with respect and gratitude, incorporating them into our lives, not as a quick fix, but as part of a sustained commitment to nurturing our body temple. Its vibrant red color itself seems to speak of vitality, of the life force that flows through all things. By embracing such gifts from nature, we align ourselves more closely with the rhythms and wisdom of the earth, fostering a deeper connection that can support our strength and well-being through all the seasons of our lives. This little berry is a reminder that potent power often comes in unassuming packages, and that nature's pharmacy is always open to those who seek its gentle healing. Mindful nourishment. The act of eating, dear friends, is far more than a mere mechanical process of consuming fuel. It is, or can be, a profound ritual, an opportunity for connection, gratitude, and deep nourishment that extends beyond the purely physical. When we consider incorporating a beneficial food like the goji berry, or indeed any nourishment, into our lives, the how of our eating is just as important as the what. Mindful nourishment invites us to bring our full presence to the experience of eating, transforming a mundane daily activity into a practice of awareness and self-care. Imagine for a moment you are holding a few of these small, dried berries in your palm. Before you even bring them to your lips, take a moment to truly see them. Observe their color, their texture, the way the light catches them. Consider the journey they have taken to reach you. From a plant rooted in the earth, drawing sustenance from the sun and rain, tended by hands, harvested, dried, and finally resting in your care. This simple act of observation and reflection can cultivate a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the interconnectedness of life that brings this nourishment to you. When we eat with such awareness, our bodies are often more receptive to the goodness the food offers. Our digestion can improve, and we may find ourselves more attuned to the subtle signals of hunger and satiety, preventing overconsumption or mindless eating that can burden our systems. When we bring this mindfulness to the consumption of something like goji berries, we are not just ingesting their nutrients, we are also absorbing the intention with which we consume them. Perhaps we set an intention for strength, for vitality, for gratitude. This mental and emotional component can amplify the benefits. Instead of hastily swallowing them while distracted by other tasks, we can choose to create a small space of calm. Chew slowly, savoring the unique, slightly sweet and tangy flavor. Notice the sensations in your mouth, the texture. This focused attention not only enhances the pleasure of eating, but also aids in the initial stages of digestion, which begin in the mouth. Mindful nourishment also involves listening to your own body's wisdom. While traditional knowledge and modern research can guide us, each individual is unique. Pay attention to how your body responds to different foods, including goji berries. Do you feel more energized? Does your digestion feel comfortable? Start with small amounts, especially if it's a new food for you, and observe. This self-awareness is a cornerstone of true health, allowing you to tailor your diet to your specific needs and constitution. It's about cultivating an inner dialogue with your body, learning its preferences and its limits. Furthermore, mindful nourishment encourages us to see food as part of a larger picture of well-being. Goji berries, for instance, are wonderful, but they are not a replacement for a diverse and balanced diet, rich in various fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. It is the synergy of these different foods, consumed mindfully, that creates a strong foundation for health. Avoid the trap of thinking one superfood will solve all problems. Instead, embrace the principle of variety and balance. Perhaps you can incorporate goji berries into your morning oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, or simply enjoy a small handful as a snack. The key is consistency and integration into an overall healthy eating pattern. And remember, the environment in which you eat also matters. If possible, eat in a calm, peaceful setting, away from screens and distractions. Share meals with loved ones when you can, as the companionship and connection can also be deeply nourishing. This holistic approach to eating, this practice of mindful nourishment, transforms the simple act of feeding ourselves into a powerful tool for cultivating not only physical strength and vitality, but also mental clarity and emotional balance. It is a daily opportunity to practice presence, gratitude, and self-respect, honoring the body as the precious temple it is, deserving of the best we can offer in both substance and attention. Daily rituals. The path to lasting well-being, to maintaining strength and vitality throughout our lives, is not paved with grand sporadic gestures, but with small, consistent, and intentional actions woven into the fabric of our daily existence. These are the daily rituals, the gentle disciplines that, when practiced regularly, accumulate profound benefits over time. Think of water slowly dripping onto a stone. A single drop seems insignificant, but over time, it can wear away even the hardest rock. Similarly, small positive habits repeated daily can shape our health and resilience in remarkable ways. Incorporating something beneficial like goji berries into your routine can be one such ritual, but its power is magnified when it becomes part of a constellation of practices that support your overall vitality. It is the rhythm and consistency of these rituals that create a stable foundation for health, a sense of grounding and predictability that can be very nourishing for both body and mind, especially as we navigate the changes that come with age. This consistency helps to regulate our body's natural cycles, promote balance, and build a reserve of strength that we can draw upon when needed. Consider how you might weave such a practice into your day. Perhaps it begins with the morning. Instead of rushing into the demands of the day, you could carve out a few moments for a simple ritual, preparing a warm cup of tea infused with goji berries or adding a small handful to your breakfast. As you do this, bring your awareness to the act, infusing it with an intention for health and gratitude. This small, mindful moment can set a positive tone for the rest of your day. Daily rituals need not be complicated or time-consuming. In fact, their simplicity is often their strength, making them easier to sustain over the long term. It could be a short walk in nature, a few minutes of gentle stretching, a period of quiet meditation or prayer, or the conscious preparation and enjoyment of a nourishing meal. The key is to choose practices that resonate with you, that feel supportive and enjoyable rather than like a burden. When a ritual feels good, we are more likely to stick with it. The repetition itself creates a sense of comfort and stability. Our bodies and minds thrive on healthy routines. They provide an anchor in the midst of life's inevitable fluctuations. The power of these daily rituals also lies in their cumulative effect. While you may not notice a dramatic change from one day to the next, over weeks, months, and years, the consistent application of these positive habits can lead to significant improvements in energy levels, mental clarity, emotional stability, and physical strength. This is particularly relevant when we think about preserving muscle mass and function as we age. Regular, gentle movement, combined with nourishing foods like goji berries and adequate rest, all practiced as daily rituals, can make a substantial difference. It's about building a lifestyle, not seeking a quick fix. These rituals also serve as acts of self-care and self-respect. By dedicating time each day to nurture your well-being, you are sending a powerful message to yourself that you are worthy of care, that your health matters. This can profoundly impact your self-esteem and your overall outlook on life. It shifts the focus from passively experiencing aging to actively participating in your own vitality. So, I invite you to reflect on your current daily patterns. Are there small, supportive rituals you can introduce or strengthen? It is not about perfection, but about consistent, loving effort. Let these daily acts of self-nurturing become the sacred rhythm of your life, guiding you towards sustained strength, peace, and joyful well-being, one gentle step at a time. Body temple, our physical form, this remarkable body that carries us through life, is more than just a collection of cells and tissues. It is a sacred vessel, a temple that houses our spirit, our consciousness, our very life force. When we begin to see our body in this light, as something precious and deserving of profound respect and tender care, our entire approach to health and well-being transforms. Nourishing this temple, especially as it journeys through the seasons of life, becomes not a chore, but an act of devotion, an expression of gratitude for the incredible gift of existence. The choices we make about what we put into our bodies, how we move them, how we allow them to rest and rejuvenate, all become part of this reverent stewardship. This perspective is particularly vital when we consider the natural changes that occur with aging, such as the tendency for muscle to diminish if not actively preserved. Viewing the body as a temple encourages us to engage in practices that honor its integrity and support its inherent wisdom, rather than resorting to harsh or neglectful behaviors. It means listening deeply to its signals, its whispers of need, its expressions of comfort or discomfort, and responding with kindness and discernment. When we approach the consumption of foods, such as the beneficial goji berry, from this mindset, it ceases to be merely about fulfilling a nutritional requirement. It becomes an offering, a conscious act of providing pure, life-enhancing sustenance to this sacred dwelling place of our spirit. We choose foods not just for their taste or convenience, but for their ability to truly nourish, to build, to protect, and to energize. This discernment extends to the quality of the food, its source, and the intention with which it is prepared and consumed. Treating the body as a temple means we strive to keep it clean, not just externally, but internally as well, avoiding substances that are toxic or depleting, and favoring those that promote clarity and vitality. It is about understanding that everything we ingest has an effect, contributing either to the strength and harmony of the temple or to its burden and disrepair. This is not about achieving an impossible standard of purity or perfection, for we live in an imperfect world. Rather, it is about cultivating a consistent intention of care and making the best choices available to us, with compassion for ourselves when we falter. This reverence for the body temple also encompasses how we engage it in movement. Movement is life. It is a fundamental expression of our vitality. For the temple to remain strong and vibrant, it needs to be used, but in a way that is respectful and appropriate for its current condition and stage of life. This might mean gentle, mindful exercises like Tai Chi or Qigong, walking in nature, swimming, or specific strengthening exercises designed to maintain muscle health and flexibility. The key is to move with awareness, listening to the body's limits, and finding joy in the movement itself rather than pushing it to the point of strain or injury. Rest, too, is a sacred act of temple care. Just as a physical temple requires periods of quiet and stillness for its sanctity to be felt, our bodies need adequate, high-quality rest to repair, regenerate, and integrate the experiences of the day. Honoring this need for rest is crucial for maintaining energy, mental clarity, and physical resilience. When we truly inhabit our bodies as temples, we become more attuned to their subtle rhythms, more respectful of their needs, and more committed to their long-term well-being. This profound shift in perspective can be one of the most powerful catalysts for preserving strength and vitality as we age, transforming the journey into a sacred pilgrimage of self-care and embodied wisdom. Lasting vitality. As we draw these reflections together, considering the path to enduring strength and well-being, especially as the river of our lives flows into its later, most profound stretches, a central truth emerges. Lasting vitality is not found in a singular secret, a magic pill, or an isolated practice, but in the harmonious integration of mind, body, and spirit, cultivated with gentle persistence and loving awareness. The humble goji berry, this small gift from nature we have spoken of, serves beautifully as a symbol for this holistic approach. It is not the berry alone that holds the key, but what it represents. The wisdom of choosing natural, wholesome nourishment, the intention of mindful consumption, and the recognition that our physical health is deeply interwoven with our inner state. True strength, the kind that sustains us through all of life's seasons and allows us to age with grace and vigor, is a tapestry woven from many threads. It includes the food we eat, yes, but also the thoughts we cultivate, the emotions we allow to flow, the quality of our breath, the movement we engage in, the rest we take, and the connections we nurture with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. This is the holistic vision that ancient wisdom traditions have always espoused, a vision that sees the human being as an inseparable part of a larger, interconnected whole. The final insight, the understanding that perhaps holds the most power, is that this journey towards lasting vitality is deeply personal and, at its core, an expression of self-love and self-mastery. It is not about conforming to an external ideal of what aging should look like, nor is it about a fearful battle against the natural processes of life. Instead, it is about consciously choosing to nurture the life force within us, to cultivate resilience from the inside out, and to embrace each stage of life with an open heart and a proactive spirit. The strength we seek to maintain is not just physical, it is the strength to live fully, to love deeply, to learn continuously, and to contribute our unique gifts to the world for as long as we are blessed with breath. This requires a shift from a purely external focus to an internal one, recognizing that the wellspring of true vitality lies within our own capacity for mindful choice and consistent, compassionate action. It is about becoming the gentle guardian of our own well-being, listening to the innate wisdom of our bodies and making choices day by day that honor and support our highest potential for health and joy. This is not a destination to be reached, but a path to be walked, a continuous unfolding. The practices we adopt, whether it's incorporating nourishing foods like goji berries, engaging in mindful movement, or cultivating inner peace through meditation, are the tools we use to walk this path. But the true power lies in the intention behind these practices and the consistency with which we apply them. It is the steady, patient cultivation of these wholesome habits that builds a reservoir of vitality, a deep well of strength that can see us through any challenge. So, as you move forward from this moment, I invite you to carry not just the information, but the spirit of this understanding. Let the pursuit of lasting vitality be a joyful exploration, a loving commitment to yourself, and a testament to the incredible resilience and beauty of the human spirit. For when we nurture ourselves in this profound and holistic way, we do not just preserve strength, we cultivate a radiance, a wisdom, and a peace that becomes a gift not only to ourselves but to everyone whose lives we touch. This, dear friends, is the essence of thriving at any age. Embracing this journey with all its transformations allows us to discover a strength that is not diminished by time, but deepened by it. It is a strength rooted in wisdom, tempered by experience, and illuminated by a spirit that understands the profound beauty of every season of life. May your path be filled with vitality, peace, and the enduring power that comes from nurturing your whole being. This was so beautifully explained. It's not just about eating a fruit, but about a whole mindset shift towards aging and self-care. I've been looking for ways to support my parents' health, and this approach feels so much more respectful and empowering than just focusing on decline. Thank you for sharing this wisdom.